Hey guys, it's me, and today we are going to review how to build better builds. Now, before we get started, I would kindly ask you to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends if you think this video is useful for them. Anyways, let's get started into the build. The first tip to build better builds is to start using frameworks. It may sound weird, but most builds would look loads better if you add a framework to them. Even the most simplistic of builds will look better with a framework. So if you want to build a framework for your builds, then I'll guide you through it. The first thing you want to do when making a build is setting a basic structure of your build. This can be done with a framework. If you want to improve your existing builds, you can see my other build video, which I'll be releasing soon. The second tip that I have for you is to make sure that your builds have depth. This tip goes hand in hand with the tip about frameworks. A build will be really nice if it has depth. Even if you have a really small hut, it'll look amazing with depth. Both frameworks and depth can be used in any type of build, from classical to modern. When building the walls of your build, make sure to build the walls one block inside from the framework, as I have done here. This way, you'll easily incorporate depth into your structure. As you can see here, I'm adding a bunch of stairs to my build, just because it gives an extra layer of depth from the one that I already put in. The third tip that I have for you is to choose a color palette for your build. Now, you can't just choose any color palette for your build, it has to fit the theme of your build. For example, if you're going to make a steampunk build, then flashy neon colors aren't going to do it. You're going to need some grays and some browns. If you want to discover the color palette for your specific type of build, then a quick Google search should show you what you need. For example, if I searched up modern houses on Google, I'd probably get a lot of houses with a white exterior. Now, for this type of build, I have used this color palette right here. Grays and some peaches, maybe. Do you know the color of these, birch wood? I actually don't. I'm just not realizing it. If you do know, then feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, this is a color palette that I use for this. This is kind of like a modern house, maybe. It's a hybrid modern house, you could say. Anyways, it uses these colors. But say I chose this color palette right here with purple, slime blocks, honey blocks, and dark prismarine, I doubt it would look good. These colors might look good on another type of build, but definitely not this one. Now, with our example from last time, let's take this steampunk themed builds, and as you can see, these blocks are what people commonly use for steampunk builds. Now, these are all brown, and brown concrete is also brown, but you'll hardly ever find these blocks, or this block, in a steampunk build, just because of the level of detail. Now, you see here, there are some minor details, like different shades of brown on this brown concrete. But if you look into the spruce and dark oak planks, you can find that there are a lot more detail in them, which makes them good for a build like steampunk. Now, this brown concrete could be used as a modern block, and so that just explains why you should take careful precautions as to which blocks you should use when building a build. Now, the last tip for building better builds is to pay attention to detail. As you can see here, it's a small but very appreciated detail over here, having depth. Depth is a very big detail, and even detail like the type of roof you have, or the type of glass you have, and stuff like that. It all makes a difference in how people see your build. People are more likely to think you're a better builder if you use some details more than others. For example, if this was a traditional traditional build, let's go over here. There are some, here's the village. It's an abandoned village, but let's take note at what the Minecraft developers did when they designed these. Except for the zombie villager. Or we could take him as an example. See, this is an abandoned village. Now, even without the abandonedness in it, you can see that they put some depth and detail in the roofing, as I told you. And they put some cobblestone walls and stuff like that. When you see a village house like this, you most likely won't notice that it has cobblestone walls. You'll just think of it as one whole building, and that just adds to the creativity and what you feel when you enter a village house like this. Even the zombie villagers are just like that. They're just an addition to detail. If you can see here, there are some cobwebs here and stuff like that. It just adds to the detail. And let's find some other examples, like this campsite right here, or I think it's a campsite or something like that, or like a shed, something like that. You can see instead of using whole blocks, they used partial blocks, in this case walls. Now these walls, they just make it look more like a shed with just thin rods or something like that. If you use whole blocks, let's see, is there any cobblestone around here? Yeah. If you use whole blocks, for instance, like that, it just doesn't look as nice as if it was partial blocks like this. And so all of this just adds up to the detail that your eye can see, but your brain doesn't comprehend. Like even here, they could have just not put this at all, but they put it. I'm not sure what use this has. I mean, yeah, I still don't know. Maybe it's a bathtub or something like that. But stuff like that is what you should do in your builds in order to get people to actually like them. Like these trapdoors has like windowsills, or no, not windowsills, window shades, where you could like close them in or something like that. That's pretty nice. And this little lonely flower over there. So all of this is attention to detail, and this detail is what makes people like your builds. Anyways, these are my ideas for how to build better builds, and if you have any, please note them in the comment section below. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, then remember to hit that like button, and if you think this video could be useful to someone you know, share it with them, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But that is all for today, and I'll see you later. Bye.